It's like you're in another world when you go inside the space, but at the same time, you're still present in this one. When you walk through the threshold, you turn around and you look and you see where you came from, but it looks different because it's all being colored. You're being colored, everyone around you is being colored in this really fluidic and changing way. And the boundary between what is inside and outside of the space is really blurred by the material that we use. So the spark that really started the project was the idea that we could take this very well-known shape, the geodesic dome, and combine it with this idea of the illuminated Lucite panel. And we said, if we put these two things together, these two relatively simple things together, we can do something that's never been done before. It also gives us an opportunity to make a canvas upon which we can draw.
How can the lights inform the movement, and how can the movement inform the architecture?
You can pull in other inputs. So Kenyon being a dancer, or someone being a singer, or a musician, or whatever it might be. With software, you can take all of those inputs, and merge them together and then output into a new medium, which is, in this case, this three-dimensional surface. When we set up the hand motion control, which is based on a Leap motion device, I can show one person, if you put your hand here and move your fingers around, the height of your hand gives you color, and as you wave your hand around, it draws on the dome surface. And people's creativity is just really sparked by that.
Yeah, I think it supports creativity really well, because anything that you do, any expression can be kind of reflected and brought into this conversation within the space due to its interactivity, which is really, it's not something that you just pass by. It really draws you in and lets you imagine. I think it's a very imaginative space.
Well, it serves as a space that can act as an inspiration for other artists. They walk in and they break out their juggling pins. They walk in, they start dancing. People just get inspired by the project, and that's something that gives me a lot of joy. We took it to Burning Man, and we were really just trying to give back and create something that was beautiful for everyone to experience.
I've always been very curious about how things work, especially how technical things work. I walk into a building, where do all the wires go? Where are all the air vents? Where does the conduit go? Why are things set up the way it is? That's always just been fascinating to me. We went to Multicraft Plastics with this LED strip, asking for ideas of how we could illuminate some sort of acrylic with it. And Troy, the manager for the Eugene branch's eyes, really lit up, and he said, we have just the material for you, the LGP. And I said, well, I'm sure that the Lucite's fantastic, but I'd like to compare it. So we set up these three example panels, and when we turned them on, it was instantly obvious which one was the best. When you have a material that is transparent and then can jump to being a light source, it allows you to dynamically create a barrier between one space and another. It allows the walls to be computer controlled, essentially. If we turn the dome off, suddenly you're outside. If we turn the dome on completely bright, you're inside. All you see is this light show all around you. And if we choose a middle ground where some of the panels are on and some of them are off, the feeling of the separation between inside the space and outside the space is constantly changing in a way which is very otherworldly. It's very surreal. That superposition of both being in an enclosed, defined space and being in a much larger environment, whatever's around the dome, wherever it is, whatever festival or activities that are going on around it, is still very much part of the experience. One of the most gratifying things when creating art is to have inspirational people compliment the pieces that you create. And the judges are all excellent artists or are involved in fields that we're inspired by. And so to have them pick our project is really great. It's very gratifying that we did something that actually, that stands out in the world of light art. That means a lot to us.